So here friends, we are trying to set up a Nextjs application with Chakra UI, right? Then how you can configure that? In this video, we are just going to look at that. Okay. So the first thing that you need to install your create a Nextjs application, right? So to do that, you can simply use this command, that is npx create next app at the latest. And if you are just willing to use this use a TypeScript, then you can use dash ts. I'm just going to do the same. So I'm just coming to my folder and just going to open the terminal. Okay. And the next thing is simply you just need to enter this command. Okay. So as you just enter this one, it started working. So now you need to enter the name, and if I'm just use that default functions. Okay, so by default it is using tailwind. I'm okay with that. It is not using source directory. I'm okay with that. It is using app routes. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with turbo pack. I'm okay with import alias and everything, and it is started to set up my project, right? I just started to set up my project. So now as you can see, it has successfully created this project. So we can just simply go to this my app. Okay, my app, sorry, app, and then we have to follow some steps. So what are the further steps that I need to use this Chakra? I need to install these Chakra UI packages. Okay, so to do that, I can simply copy this, because of as you can see, it has also mentioning the version of the React and the style and everything. So either you can choose this one, or if you just go through the original documentation, here you will not find anything like that. You can simply copy the one. So let me copy this. I'm just trying to copy the whole and just going to paste it. Okay, just I'm going to paste it here. Let's enter. And if you find these errors, what you can do, you can simply copy the whole error. Okay, and do one more thing, just go to the ChatGTP. I think you are well aware of ChatGTP now these days. So let's try to open the ChatGTP, and I'm just going to give it to him. Okay, so what it is basically told you, you can just instead of using this 19, you can simply use that is 18 version, that is unstable release of React. Okay, so you can simply just copy this and let's paste this one. Okay, let's try to install this React 18 version. Okay, and then after we will try to okay, so these packages were installed, but at this stage I need to check one more thing. Okay, does my React packages get updated, or it has just installed one more React package? Okay, because if that will going to happen, then it will also going to conflict, create a lot of conflict. Okay, so let's go to the package. Okay, and package.json file, and now as you can see here, our React DOM version and the React is now downgraded to 18 version. Okay, so what I just need to do here, let's try to do one more thing. I'm just going to run the same command which I had used earlier to install my Chakra UI, right? So just use that same command and hit enter. Okay, so now as you can see, we had successfully configured our Chakra. Okay, because it has not given us any error, right? So now what the documentation said, next what can you either okay, so you have actually two options. If you are just willing to use that same like React 19, you can also use this legacy peer dependencies tag. Okay, that will also work for you. Okay, or either you can use this source tag. But in general, because of you are also willing to deploy your application to some server, and if such errors were occur on a server, it will simply not deploy your code. Okay, so to make sure that everything will work also work fine on server, we should not like use these tags. Okay, these force tag or like legacy dependencies tag. Okay, so instead of, we had just downgraded our React version and try to work with it, right? So that is how you can see you can configure your Chakra with the React UI, right? And now if you are just willing to like check this, if everything is working or not, you can simply create a page. As you can see, it is also giving you some other instructions. So after that installation of Chakra UI, you need to set up the Chakra provider at the root of your application. Okay, so let's close every other window. Okay, and let's try to figure out like what it is saying. So this is my code, right? And now I guess, okay, so this is my code. And now if you just see here the code structure, so within this code structure you can also see some of the other things. That is, now we have this chakra dependencies. Okay, this Chakra UI, this emotion, React and all. Okay, apart from this, what it is suggesting that just go to your app folder. Within this app folder, where you will find this page.tsx, right? So now here you need to configure this Chakra provider. Okay, and how you can configure the Chakra provider? You have to simply import this, that is Chakra provider. So let's try to import this one. Okay, and the next thing is you need to import that extreme theme functionalities. Okay, so this is the theme functionalities. Okay, let's try to also import this one, and let's just try to create an external theme for your application. So I'm just like using this default, all of these default option. Okay, and then I need to use this extend keyword. Okay, so as you can see, okay, so you can go to your pages/app.js. Okay, so they are considering that we are using our app structure. Okay, but we are not. So let's go here and try to configure everything. So it is just giving you, just go to, instead of your app.jsx, instead of my like page.tsx, I should not do these things because I am using this app structure. Okay, so this is like the latest version of Nextjs. So I should go with this structure where I have to go to the app/layout.tsx. Okay, so this is that app layout.tsx file. Okay, now here I need to import this provider. Okay, so let's import this one. Either you can copy this, okay, or you can simply import the provider from component/UI/providers. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same. Let's use this import something from at the rate component, not component, I guess. Okay, it's giving it's component/UI/providers. Okay, so now you have to understand two things. First thing is, after installation of this, do we have like any component file? Okay, do we have any component file? So I don't think that it, at the root directory I do not have any component file. Okay, so that issue is it should create a component file, but it is not. So because of it is not creating a component file, because we had not run this command. So now I have to use this npx Chakra UI/CLI snippet add. Okay, this will add this command, this component folder, I guess. Okay, so let's try to copy. Okay, let's try to, yeah. Okay, I'm just going to like enter it manually. Okay, so let's enter this npx at the Chakra UI CHAKRA Chakra UI /react not react /CLI, I guess. sorry, slash CLI, then then snippet and add snippet, snippet, then add. Okay, just hit this command, and when you are hitting this command, it will install some, like it will create some package. I am just going to use like the same. I am just going to use this Chakra CLI to create new components. So as you can see here, it is written that snippets. So what will this command will what is the function of this command? So it will create a snippet or pre-built component that you can use to build your UI faster. Okay, use Chakra slash ULI slash CLI and you can create a snippet to your project. Okay, so you will create a snippet to your project, right? So this is what this add snippet command will do for you. Okay, wrap your component with the provider component generated in the component slash UI slash provider, and it is not generated anyway. Okay, so as you can see, now we have this component folder. Okay, and within this component folder we have this UI, right? But the thing is, no component selected. It is adding some components, right? And if you just go scroll here, now it had created like a number of components there. Okay, this is dialog, this is color mode, this is drawer and all, but I was more interested in this one, that is provider.tsx file. Okay, so now we need to use this provider.tsx file that will like unwrap my whole application. Okay, and that is it. So I am just going to use this components. It should like components. Okay, I am not just going to write everything. What should I do? I am just going to copy the structure of this one. Okay, I'm just going to open the UI. I am just going to copy and choose this relative path, right? And I can simply put the relative path here and add a @ sign here. Okay, and that is it. Instead of JSX, and now I can import the provider here. Okay, so let's import that provider, 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 but it is not working. Okay, why? Because I need to import where it is. So to configure this, I need to import the provider from slash component slash UI slash provider. I am using that same, but it is still not working because of I had to use this slash, not this slash, but this slash, not this slash, slash UI slash provider. Okay, and now I can import the provider here. Okay, I can import the provider, and now the next thing is I need to wrap this provider. So I need to wrap my whole component within this provider. Okay, so how can I do? I can simply wrap the children along with this provider. Okay, and that will work for me, I guess. So I just need to wrap this child component within this provider. Okay, and this is it. Now I had configured this provider within my layout.tsx. Okay. Okay, do we have any other step for the setup? So as you can also see that here we are using this HTML suspense hydration warning. Okay, we do not need that. So adding this suspense hydration warning prop to the HTML element required to prevent the warning about the next theme library. Okay, so it is telling us like you should add this. Okay, that will be beneficial for you. Okay, let's try to add the same here, suspense hydration warning. Okay, and the next thing is now update the ts config section. Okay, so let's go to our ts config. So if you are not aware of like where is this ts config, you can also search it like hitting this Control Shift and P, and simply like search this file here, ts config. Okay, so this is our ts config.json, and you can, if you just scroll a little bit, you can also find this ts config file. Okay, and now it is telling you like now you have to, if you are using this TypeScript, you need to update this compiler option. Okay, so now you need to find the first, do we have any compiler option? So yes, we have this compiler option, right? And it is telling you like you need to change it to this. Okay, so at present we have like so many things here, right? And it is telling me you need to change it to this. Okay, so let's copy this. Okay, and instead of using the whole these options, I am just going to use this compiler option. Okay, and just save this one, right? So I guess it is looking for like some path of source, but I don't think that we have any source path as at the rate started with source. If you are using the TypeScript, you need to update the compiler option in ts config file, including the following option, that is module is ESLint and this and optional bundling. So optimize bundler, agar aapko bundler, so if you want to optimize the bundle, it is recommended to using that experimental dot optimize package import features in the Nextjs to optimize your bundle size by loading only the modules that are actually using. Okay, so to do that, you just need to go to next.config. Whatever. So let's revert to that our previous code because it is creating issues with my application, I guess. Okay, and within this module, okay, I am just going to use some of these, like instead of I have to use this is next. So it's is next is already there, and module resources we have this bundler, it is already there, and skip lib check where it is already true, and this path. So if I just go to the path, it is just giving me it started from the root directory. Okay, that is okay, and like I don't need to like change these things. Okay, great. And then next thing is if you are just willing to optimize the bundler, right? So you can use this experimental, just go to that which next.config.mjx. So where it is next.config.mjx. Do we have any file? Like no, actually the file name is next.config.ts. Okay, instead of mjx. Now you can config here if you are just willing to config anything. So here you can use this like default experimental thing. So I am just going to copy this one. Okay, and let's try to use this. And I also need to make sure that it is not going to create any conflict, right? Okay, I had just used this optimize package import provided by this Chakra UI. Okay, and this is an experimental feature, and now that other thing now we just have to check that if everything is working or not. So simply we can create a demo, a kind of demo project. Okay, and try to just import into a component and use it. Okay, so we are just going to do the same. It's UI, I'm just going to close this UI from this component. I'm just going to create one more thing, that is let's create one folder, and it's demo folder, right? Within this I am just going to create one file, that is maybe index.tsx, and within this I am just going to paste the code here, right? Okay, and next thing which I am going to do here is simply import this file, this demo file, to my to my layout.tsx. Okay. Okay, so simply import this here. Okay, and instead of using this default whatever is provided by our Nextjs, I'm just going to remove this code for now. Okay, and instead of using my just demo file, okay, I'm just going to use this demo one, but I think you need to firstly import this one, right? So it is not giving me direct path. Okay, why it is not giving me direct path? Because I guess when we are configuring this demo project within my, we had not exported this, right? So let's export this by default. Export default. Okay, and I guess then it will work. Export default demo and save this. And now let's try to, okay, export default, and let's, instead of const, use function, functin function. Okay, and let's create it a simple function. So it's a simple function, right? So it's a function component. Okay, now it will work fine. So if I just go to my app folder, this ph.tsx, and if I just try to get the path, I will get the path, and just simply going to remove these classes because it will definitely going to add some styles which I am not willing to have at present in my code. Okay, so I'm just going to remove this. Okay, remove all of this and going to save this, and the next step is I am just going to start my application. So to start your application, you just need to use this npm run dev. So now as you can see, our code is compiled, right? So now what we need to do, we just need to go to this localhost 3000 to check if it is working or not. So if I just go to this and you can see here we have this two buttons, that is click me, and from where does it come from? Okay, so I guess it is coming from our demo folder. Okay, so let's try to see what we had just written here. It is click me, right? So these two are coming from these and just to ensure that it is coming from this button, as you can see, it is, we are using this button tag. Okay, this button component directly from button UI. Okay, and that if that were not working, then it should not look like this. It should not be rendered here, right? And as you can see, it has a black background. So from where it is coming, it is directly coming from the default css that we have. As you can see, it is directly coming from the default css, and that is global css. So if you are willing to just remove all the style, you can simply go to the default css page, that is global css, right? And simply remove these files, like remove these sections. So I'm just going to remove this all and just save one. Okay, and if I just go to my UI, and now you are just going to refresh this, it will just create a magic. Okay, but it is not creating a magic. Okay, so the thing is, why? Because maybe you need to give some style, like maybe I am just using HTML tag, and I would like to have a background of white, not wheat but white, WHIT, white. So if I just save this and try to recompile this, now we have this background, but because of the text, I guess, is of it is not showing anymore. So I need to change the color. Okay, so let's give it a color. Color is black. Okay, and if I just save this, I guess it will work. Okay, so now we have these two buttons, and because of it is not look like that we are importing these buttons from the Chakra UI. Now just to make sure that everything is working, so let's try to use any of let's try to create this menu. Okay, so this is this menu. Where is that menu? I don't see any menu. Okay, so this is that menu. Okay, so this is that menu button, and we have that menu. So let's say this is that menu. Okay, so I am just going to do one thing. Okay, so I'm just going to take this code, copy it, and just going to replace the same code from this demo folder. Okay, and at the same time I'm just going to just export this, export default, export default demo. It's a function, sorry, functn function, and just going to change the structure. So now as you can see, we have all these, but it is giving me like we are choosing that wrong path. Okay, because as according to this, it does not have within this UI component, it does not have any menu. Okay, so okay, let's try to check this out if it is there or not. So if I just go to this MUI, this components, then UI, do we have any menu? Okay, we do not have any menu, right? So the thing is, if it is not there, okay, if it is not there, then what should we do? Like, I guess in that scenario we have to like add that menu. Okay, so how you can add that menu? Okay, so if you are willing to have this menu, I guess you need to add that snippet. Let's go to the setup, and within this setup, not here, but on this overview, I guess if I am willing to use this menu, I can't directly use that. So if it is flex, then I am just trying to use it directly, I guess. So instead of importing all from this component slash UI slash menu, I can simply import all of these directly from Chakra UI. Okay, I guess that will work, and just try to comment this, right, and try to save this one, and let's check it out if it is working or not. So I'm just going to check out my UI, and now you can see module, what the error, that error is server error. And why it is server error? Because in Nextjs you have to like define that it is not so that component that we are using is a client side component, so you need to mention it like here CLIENT client. I guess that will work. And now we have this open button. Okay, now if you just click on this, we have all these like options. If you can choose anyone, choose anyone. So this is a kind of menu bar that you do use in your in your navigation panel, right? So this is it. Now next, what we are going to do here, we are going to create this Practo website. Okay, this Practo website, this is a real website, and we are just trying to clone this website by using Chakra UI. Okay, Chakra UI and Nextjs. So if you are willing to be with me in this journey, you can just go to like, you can join me, or if you are just interested into like how to configure the Chakra with the Nextjs, you had already seen this, right? Oh, so this is all. So this is it about this is all about this configuration video, how you can configure the Chakra with Nextjs. Okay, so let's meet in the next video where we are going to start this Practo website project. Okay, with Nextjs and Chakra UI along with Tailwind. Okay, so till then, yeah, have a nice day and bye bye.